Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Limeo Show. It's produced by Mr. Limeo DiCarlo. I'm your host for today. My name is Madera Arredondo, and my guests are this young man to my right. I'll go him first, since he's closest. T.J. Motley.
Yep. And
he's an entertainer extraordinaire. And you'll follow him, I'm sure, with his music. And he's got an extraordinary career. Burgeoning career, as they say. And the young lady to my far right is Mary Pargo.
Hello.
And she's going to talk to us about Juneteenth.
Yes.
Right?
Correct.
Okay, now I don't know who to start with first. Mr. Motley, would you like to say a few words?
I just really grateful for the opportunity to come up here with you guys and be a part of the whole movement. Kid with a distant dream and just hard work, dedication, staying focused, and you land here. Let me know.
I was able to hear your performance a little earlier, and he is good. I mean, he seems modest, kind of soft-spoken and everything, maybe a little shy, but when he gets in front of that mic, I mean, man's on fire. So like I say, you'll want to be listening for him. Yeah. And Ms. Pargo?
Yes, thank you for having me on your show tonight. Juneteenth is a piece of history that should be told and continue in the state of Minnesota for a celebration that is coming up really soon in the month of June, and we look forward to having it. So thank you all for inviting me.
TJ, did you know about Juneteenth? When I talked to Mary earlier, she told me a lot of things I had never heard of before about Juneteenth. Were you aware of the Juneteenth and the history of that, the whole thing?
I'm actually born and raised in St. Louis, Missouri, where Juneteenth is actually a big thing there.
Oh.
Wow.
I've heard many different stories about, some of the foundings of Juneteenth and the reasons, but my mom always kept us really active in, where we come from in the culture. So I'm actually very aware with Juneteenth just from childhood.
All right, and that's Mary. I know that's the sort of thing that you want to perpetuate, that passing it on to the younger people.
Yes, because the younger people of the generation now are not quite in tune to what it really is. Yeah. If you had parents who enlighten you about the celebration and what Juneteenth is, that's a plus. Mm-hmm. Because one of the things, it makes you who you are. Like you said, you're holding down a couple jobs. He's a hip-hop singer. The music that he produces has soul to it, and I could just feel it, which is much appreciated because a lot of the music that's happening today doesn't even tune into what it's about. Mm-hmm. And so Juneteenth, for me, it is close to my heart. I appreciate being the person in charge of it so that we can keep the legacy going. We are looking for people to take it on. Mm-hmm. So just in being here today gives me that opportunity.
I know you mentioned it before, Mary, but could you tell me again, how did it come to be known as Juneteenth in the first place?
I don't know. Can you
still
tell,
like
can
April,
you tell me, can
still
you
like April 10th or December 10th.
No, I think, just my personal, I won't give any facts because, I could do better research myself in all honesty. All right. But just giving some of my personal outreach and what I take from it, I think it's just a great opportunity to get people invested in exactly what Juneteenth is all about and the African-American culture as a whole, and just getting us detailed with our roots and just giving you you know, kind of a taste of the homeland, and really giving you a first look at, you know, what it was like, the history, some of the early foundations of what made our culture. And I think it's a great experience for the youth, especially if you want that education on the strength of our culture and, you know, some of the early creators. And I know I personally am inspired by a lot of the early creators, inventors, those who went through so many trials and just tribulations to build our culture. So it's a great way to not only pay homage to self, but homage to the culture.
All right. That's a good explanation of what it's all about. And you had mentioned, Mary, before that these were about the slaves who got that information kind of late. They didn't get the memo right away.
They didn't get the memo. Unfortunately, 2.5 years past the time that it was actually put out there that the proclamation, Emancipation Proclamation, was set out. We didn't know culturally if we were free or not. And so once they did learn that information, it just started a celebration of such that people wanted to enjoy or embrace it. And so what they did was they started celebrating, having a cookout, barbecuing, whatever you want to call it. Back in those days, they probably roasted a pig and had all types of food and corn on a cob and all this good stuff, baked pies, and just really enjoyed themselves. And then the families got together. Back in those days, it was a close-knit family because they would be living in the same quarters. They didn't have a separate place that they could go to, so everyone in that household would be in that same huddle in that house. And the slave owners were very disappointed because they were leaving their people to not be there to do their chores or to not be there to be a sex slave. And a lot of this is still going on. The sex slave stuff is still happening with a lot of the young girls. You see it on TV where they're being abused. There's another piece that's happening where they're abusing the drugs and alcoholism. So there's a lot of stuff that we need to work on with our youth. And as a family, in a whole, we need to concentrate on coming to Juneteenth, sharing your story, being ever there to be able to talk to the young people, and not even the young people, these old people, they didn't forget what was happening with them. So everyone that comes out to the celebration can meet someone that they haven't seen in years, or they reminisce who they were related to and get together with that. And that's what Juneteenth is about, is to come out, enjoy the day, have a good time.
You've educated this old timer here on a lot of things today. So I know it's not just for the young people or the kids, it's for everybody.
It's for everyone.
You never get too old to learn. And you said there's going to be, this will be held on North Minneapolis? It'll
be North Minneapolis. We are going through some changes at this point in time, but Juneteenth is true to my heart. We're going to have it happen. I don't care if it's on the streets, if it's down somebody's alley. We're going to have Juneteenth. And Twin City Juneteenth is the national Juneteenth. So we are the true version of the Juneteenth celebration.
So weather notwithstanding, it's going to happen at that date and time.
It's going to happen. And we'll have more additional information for you all. I also, while we have a little time, want to mention about the phone-a-thon. We're trying to raise funds for the organization and what we stand for. The phone-a-thon is ongoing. You call the 612-238-3733. Again, 612-238-3733. And that spells out freedom. I want everybody who's listening, the listening audience, you enjoyed this music, you can hear more, but you need to support us. And we need to have you call our number and make a pledge.
And you also have a fundraiser that's going to be set up at the Capri Theater, you mentioned?
Yes, the fundraiser we're trying to do is May 26th. That's a Saturday. We probably will have Mr. Motley here. and on the stage, ribbing it up, getting people together, getting going. We're going to have singers and silent auction, and we're going to have the mayor. He did RSVP back that he will be out there, Mayor Fry. So he'll be there, hopefully.
Oh, all right, that's going to be pretty nice. And you said they'd be selling like African artifacts. You mentioned the one lady who weaves this basket, a lady in
Ghana.
Africa.
She's, I don't remember her name off per se, but she had woven this big basket that you can put your clothes in if you're washing your clothes or anything. It's I would say maybe 12 by 8 or something. It's a huge basket.
Like a big laundry basket.
Yes, it's a nice basket. Yeah, good size. And you can put anything in it, and then we're going to have a couple baskets that have, toiletries in them, or maybe cologne or lotion, whatever. So there'll be a couple other things.
And there'll be a silent auction for the items.
Yeah.
Okay. And Mr. TJ, not Mr. TJ, just TJ.
All right, I'll take it off.
Will you be doing a lot of numbers there?
I want to introduce some of my newest pieces.
Oh, you write your own stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I should've known. Yeah.
Along with some of the collaborative efforts of course, William and Ginger Patterson from Midwest Magic Productions. I just want to say shout out to them. They groomed me and they helped birth the artist I am today. It's really humble when you get to work with some of those older and wiser group of individuals that have that experience in the field as far as entertainment and everything like that.
What's the name of their production company?
It's called Midwest Magic Productions. So make sure you all check out Midwest Magic Productions, ran by Ginger Patterson and William Patterson. Okay. And I'm a product of Midwest Magic Productions. So I will be performing some of my newest pieces at the event. New pieces for a new cause, and I think it's really good to just piggybacking on what you said, is just thinking about the overall purpose of Juneteenth, and even the fundraisers, just bringing forth the community, bringing forth generations, and it's very rare anymore that you see opportunities for all generations to come together.
Right.
You have old judging the young judging the old, but it's good to see everybody come together for a similar cause that really moves the community in the right way.
That does sound nice. That makes me think of what Mary was saying about how there was a time when black families were closer. They were closer knit,
Right.
It's like that old saying where they say it takes a tribe, or it takes a village, I'm sorry. Yeah, and I remember when I was a youngster, the neighbors, if I acted up or stayed out late, they'd say, boy, the street light's about to come on.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Go home. I mean, they did interact that way when I was young. And it'd be nice to, like you mentioned, TJ, for people of all ages just to get together and realize we're all in the same boat.
Yeah, I along with Midwest Magic, we're actually working on doing a project for all age events. I know we do Summerfest every year at East Phillips Community Park, South Minneapolis.
Oh, yeah.
It's a great opportunity for everybody to just come together in the summertime. And just kind of promote positivity and community. So I feel like one of my biggest purposes as an artist, I always said, was to be able to take my story and my wisdom and my gift and share it with the world, and be an example and be an influence for the younger people, but giving the older people a glimpse that young people are different,
Right.
and giving them a positive light on the youth, because there's so much negative being shared about the youth.
Right.
And it's good to know that there's some good apples left on that apple tree.
Well, just talking to you like this, we older ones sometimes get that attitude about, and it's a shame, but especially sometimes about the youth of our own race.
Yeah.
Especially.
Right.
We sometimes we fear young black men. The old black men fear young black men. We'll cross the street if we see 3 or 4 black men walking down there, 3 or 4 white men, no problem.
Right.
So I mean, we've got to inculcate a different culture, a different mindset among the older ones.
And I think it's just really just being able to differentiate fearing the person and fearing what you can't control. Because being able to understand that things get out of hand. Situations are different and people are different.
Exactly.
And just promoting that old saying, you know, don't judge a book by its cover.
Exactly.
Right.
You know, because, you know, you see me and out and about, you think I'm some tough cookie basketball player. But really, I love music, and I share my passion through music, and I promote positivity in every way I can.
I noticed when you were performing, how when you had your back to the mic for a while, you were saying a few words to yourself, right? I don't know if that was like a silent prayer or if you were just.
Yeah, actually, you know, before every performance, you know, I take my time to talk to those who, you know, I say can't be here with me.
All right.
So I'm a big product of family. I'm all about family. I'm all about, you know, my connection with the higher power. I would say higher power because, you know, we all don't serve the same. But, you know, my connection with the higher power and family, you know, and I have family who aren't here. And I feel like I'm a product of what I come from. And I hold myself to that standard. So when I'm doing shows, when I'm doing performances, I always just take out, you know, 2 to 5 minutes just to talk to those that can't be here with me to witness it all. So
that is really a beautiful thing.
Yeah, that is beautiful.
I mean, it shows humility and intelligence, you know, and that's a nice, that's a culture that you'll pass on to generations that'll be coming along. And yeah, that is really nice.
Yeah, my mom always told me, don't focus on being a star, focus on being an example. Right. So I really thank I really thank my mom for grooming me. Like I said, I was raised around a lot of people who went through a lot of struggles with me, and I feel like my struggle opened the door for my humility, and not knowing opened the door for me to want to know more.
Right.
So you know, just as a kid, I was one of those kids that if I didn't know something, I challenged myself to figure it out. You know, I mean, it's always good to ask questions, true, but I was the guy like, all right, I don't know this, I'm gonna figure it out. I don't know how to make these pancakes, but I'm gonna get in here and burn a couple before I ask mom to make them for me. So let me get in here and figure it out. So it's the same thing with music and all my experiences.
Okay. Well, that attitude, I mean, it shows in your personality.
Yeah.
And you're a pretty cool dude.
I try my best.
I think he is too, yes.
Yeah.
Mary, did you have anything else that you wanted to let us know about your, you said your organization, Juneteenth, has been in operation for, I think, is it 30 years?
33 years.
Okay.
Juneteenth has been in existence here in the Twin Cities. In that 33 years, I've seen a lot of things happening with the years going by, and it just brings about the thought that Juneteenth is needed more than ever now. The cultural piece, the spiritual piece, the piece that people are longing to figure out where their perception is. Why are they here? That's why we did the thing at the Capri. It's how did we get here? That's the theme that we are using, because how did we get here? Well, we got here from prior relationships of our ancestries who have came crossed from overseas, who were bound in slavery, and from there they were separated at some point in time from their families. A lot of times they didn't know where they went to, so that's why I had this theme, how did we get here? Because we've been separated so long as a people. We need to rethink our thinking and try to focus on the good. And part of that is to have your families pull themselves together and be one.
And that's a kind of an all-encompassing theme with how did we get here, that question, I mean, because it's not just geographical.
No.
You know, how did we get here as a people, as a nation? And I think, okay, TJ, we're getting ready to wrap her up. So is there anything that you'd like to reiterate before we shut down here?
Yeah, once again, I just want to thank you guys for having me. You guys can follow me on all my social media networks at TJ Motley. That's TJ Motley. I got tons of shows coming up. I know April 15th, the meet and greet with Island Def Jam's Mikey J. Following that, May 1st, I have the show at Bullwinkle's Fun Bar to be May 1st and the 6th, so please come out and support. Also, I'll be doing May 26th, I'll be at the Capri Theater supporting the fundraiser. Also, while it's on the top of my head, April 16th, Poetry for the Culture. We're raising money for schools. So all the money from the show on April 16th, presented from Poetry for the Culture, will be going toward Purdue Academy schools and given to the youth so they can get new books and new materials that they can need in the school. So
good.
Yeah, check out my music. Thanks for having me, and I'm just humbled to be here, guys.
Thanks for being here. And Mary, would you like to close with things?
We have a website, which is www.Juneteenth, and Minnesota's completely spelled out, .org. That's the website. Or you can call us at 612-238-3733. We look forward to hearing from you. And thank you for having me.
All right. Well, all right, everybody, until that time.
Merry-goes, up and down like a roller coaster. They've been sleeping for way too long. It's time to open up a can of Folgers. Glad for the break of dawn. Glad that I'm moving on. Glad that I'm doing me, finally having fun. Swallow my circle gifts, till my circle's only one. Learn to shine on my own. Learn not to give a fuck. Learn to quit working and learn to stop giving up. I lead the way out. The rest of y'all still are still learners. I try. Oh, here we go again. I'm drowning up in my sin, going around and around, and I can't shake this pain I feel. What the hell's going on? What the hell's going on? Feels like I'm driving in circles, I'm just trying to move along. What the hell's going on? What the hell's going on? Going in circles till everything's fucking gone. So fuck how you feel, I do our best, keep it real. You show love in this life, swear that shit'll get you killed. I'm trying to sign deals, I'm the best in my field. Swear to God that I done made a lie. I know I made a lie. It don't take a lie. I don't say a lie. But they put me on the track just to make it hot.
They say, TJ, ever since you got this money, you done changed. I came this far from nothing, so I wouldn't be the same. Don't hate me for my hustle and don't judge me for my fame. If you need it, girl, I got it, why you tripping anyway? They say, TJ, ever since you got this money, you done changed. I came this far from nothing, so I wouldn't be the same. Don't hate me for my hustle and don't judge me for my fame. If you need it, girl, I got it, why you tripping anyway? Hey. Why you tripping anyway? I take you to another place. Far away. Why you tripping anyway? Why you tripping anyway?
Wait, why you tripping? All I'm trying to do is count the money, get these digits. I came around the struggle, now I'm flexing with my nigga. My bank account stay jumping, money flow just like the river. Wait a minute. I'm grinding all daily, trying to get it. I do live on my fam, and I do it for my city. So don't trip about the fame, this is how I make a living. We stacking, we getting this paper. They doubting, yeah, that's good for favors. We party, turn up on them haters. These niggas stay local, we taking vacation. Woo.
They say, TJ, ever since you got this money, you done changed. I came this far from nothing, so I wouldn't be the same. Don't hate me for my hustle and don't judge me for my fame. If you need it, girl, I got it, why you tripping anyway? They say, TJ, ever since you got this money, you done changed. I came this far from nothing, so I wouldn't be the same. Don't hate me for my hustle and don't judge me for my fame. If you need it, girl, I got it, why you tripping anyway? Why you tripping anyway? I take you to another place. Far away. Why you tripping anyway? Why you tripping anyway?
Money man. TJ the money man. I'm just living life, and you know I'm loving it.
loving it. And they be talking business, but they do not come with it, come with it, come with it. And we keep the circle small, cause we do not trust in them, trusting them, trusting them. And we don't waste time, we just get straight to the money man, money man, money man. I be the 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 money man, money man, money man, money man. I be the money man, money man, money man, money man, money man, money man. I be the money man, money man, money man, money man, money man, money man. I be the money man, money man, money man, money man, money man, money man. I be the money man, money man, money man, money man. I be the money man, money man.
100 band, we the money man. We be stacking up $1 million in a duffel bag. We be packing up, making dough to make more bread. And we eat like some savages, money man, I'm the money man. Couple hundred to 100 grand. Languages I can't understand. Foreign money from foreign lands. More money means less friends, so I consider cash my best friend. I get quick bucks to ride big trucks and give no. I'm ballin' and the main people that doubted me will be the first one that'll call and that's fun.
I'm just living life, and you know I'm loving it, loving it, loving it. And they be talking business, but they do not come with it, come with it, come with it. And we keep the circle small, cause we do not trust in them, trusting them, trusting them. And we don't waste time, we just get straight to the money man, money man, money man. I be the 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 money man, money man, money man, money man. I be the money man, money man, money man, money man, money man, money man. I be the money man, money man, money man, money man, money man, money man. I be the money man, money man, money man, money man, money man, money man. I be the money man, money man, money man, money man. I be the money man, money man.
Every day I wake up trying to get this money. All these outside haters trying to take it from me. Girls, they want attention, not before my money. Think I lost my mind the day they took my cousin out here trying to eat. Struggles made me hungry, I'ma go and get it if I say I want it. They be wasting time, I'm just stacking commas. No, I'm not in gangs, I don't like the drama. I just stay official like my name Obama. They don't do the math, but they got a problem. I don't write these bars cause I got a lot of trying to get a career from my mama. Family gon' be straight because I got her.
I'm just living life, and you know I'm loving it, loving it, loving it. And they be talking business, but they do not come with it, come with it, come with it. And we keep the circle small, cause we do not trust in them, trusting them, trusting them. And we don't waste time, we just get straight to the money man, money man, money man. I be the 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 money man, money man, money man, money man. I be the money man, money man, money man, money man, money man, money man. I be the money man, money man, money man, money man, money man, money man. I be the money man, money man, money man, money man, money man, money man. I be the money man, money man, money man, money man. I be the money man, money man.